Amaliba nkasa. Lawyer, good morning.
Morning.
Lawyer, mpacho na hotren.
Me ho yafa.
Yenhwehwe yenkomo yi. Yerehwe Chief Justice nsama ekoso ya wuti yewo. So far unhune den from where you sit, unhune den as a lawyer. Den na ekoso. Ka bibi kire lawyer.
No, Osha ne ekoso no. Ghana, because it is part of improving our democratic processes. Nti nipa krona okọ court no. Mendini yaw. Chief Justice so echiroma president no mendini yaw. President so a report answer what the petition ekoma Council of State no so mendini omo yaw. So let's allow the processes to go on at each point. But me nanka menyaya, I'll just advise the Chief Justice to resign. Because near it is a clear indication that she can't work with the government of the day. So even if she survives this process, she still cannot work with the government of the day. At a point in time, no, I think, sir, it will dawn on her, sir, she better leaves. But if she wants to fight it, you can't fight the government of the day. There are several ways by which they can make you ineffective or useless. So I would have just asked her to resign.
Sana okan wo ngo through onwie aden dan na ofro say wo ahu a ofro say it is all resign.
Oh, nipa bebre omo, if they had their way, they would have continued to stay after Akufo-Addo left. But they left. Because a juma no enye wan kasa juma, it's not a private, it's a buying juma. Na buying na abaso no. Almost juma. All what is happening is leading towards to that conclusion. Juma. So juma. Why are you there? Nanka we the kind of appointments that the president can just sack you. Nanka one sacking the other. But because you need to go through a process, and until Akoban say young farmer council of state, then there will be a committee. Then it is clear, sir, from where we are sitting now. And me, if you watch me on program, I don't like to be beaten around the bush. It is clear, sir, almost say that's all about it. All what is happening is that they say they can't work with you.
Juma. Aden na wonkyere ne nti a won menye adwuma ugyendi se hu hia se ese onipa ko hu se oh say ntimi ntimi ne wonya adwuma.
Oh, so no there one petition because in the article 146 you must state 2 or 3 things. 1, stated misbehavior. 1, 2, incompetence. 3, incapacity. Say on to me and your Jumo, sir, office now. You are incapable in terms of incapacity. But in himself, one yare. It is the first 2, stated misbehavior, and then also into Nankaye ordinary to say IGPR. Probably they would have stated it there and said that, oh, because of this and this and this and this, we are removing you from office. Into yet say Chief Justice, and the procedure has been provided for in the Article 146 now. If we want to know the reason, it will be in the petition.
Friend den me san ba bio den na bang ne hu se ne wo kan se se ne hu ne na bang ne ntumi ne adwuma den na bang ne hu efa ye ma me chief justice ho a utumi kasa se wo hwa ban ni ntumi ne nya adwuma
Mamem onim say when Mahama was a former president, war addressing NDC lawyers. What constant we need reforms in the judiciary. Instances where cases are at me back court on them. No match amma no chim and their rulings become odious, their rulings become ineffective. Minister, you are in the media, you know some of those cases. Your friends say dumb level. You file a case for court. They waited till Domlovo even went to retirement. This needed a response. This needed a Supreme Court to intervene immediately. Other one is Wedi and also E-levy. But she said near a same way by way. You see that they would have started on Monday. Do you know that? Now can you say Monday a holiday? They would have started on Monday. So who is the head of the institution that is not empaneling judges to hear cases expeditiously? Where? Who is in charge of that? A banison na fenyo marking case no there. It may ban tentem. And in some instances, the president Akufo-Addo was removing people from office. He had the case call on him. Then they later gave the ruling at a time that it was left a few months for Akufo-Addo to leave office. So please, there are a lot of things I can cite.
Ya lawyer ni aya moka sana mo kyerɛkyerɛ ma de kyerɛ nti yanso yesua biribi wom mutumi kese o se won ahyehye da bi a wo bedi asɛm na sɛ mo pɛ sɛ mo twe ba anim a mo kese abridgment of time ne ho niema adan na saa niema mo case delay a mo nyusu saa processes no ne ho niema efe bio eto da bi nso ya yete sɛ mo am nso technicalities na mo de delay niema nti ya no na edan na etumi yesobo ma Chief Justice.
The question, you are trying to hide the point I'm making. Where say before no not register and mark dates. To see how qua no mark I said there be Chief Justice and mammy did say my mama did. So you'll be waiting till the Chief Justice gives you a date. Abridgment of time is when a date has been given. Now Osha say a wa na wa abridge time. But when you fraud case, they won't give you any indication. And American. So your question is trying to what difference when lawyers play games or whatever to delay case, that's a different matter. But even to assign the case and even give a date for the case to be heard, no, and no need to me as a lawyer. You don't have commencement of the case, only to me. But this is just one example.
Kasa.
Me say this is just one example. But ABR petitioners, I'm not one of the petitioners, you know. I'm not one of the petitioners. You petition. So if we see the petition, then at that point, I interrogate. Near petitioner we can require. But what I have just done, and I say, I have given you just one example. Miankasa, as a practitioner, I don't think that is how it should be. Why is it that some cases are held immediately, as in this one, as in this particular one, Monday, but because of holidays, after your mark is yes, then the case or file at 12 o'clock when you're on a date the same day and answer the following day. How come that? So those are the matters.
Okay. 1 minute. Na menko lawyer Amaliba ho. Opeso ko baby. Lawyer Amaliba, bacha wo so.
Yes. Me wo so pa. Na ne wo kasa
bacha wo so. Lawyer Amaliba.
Me wo so otie.
Yo, mete wo so. Lawyer. Eyem krofu bi say, you know, utie wo colleague here. Ba kwen o kasa ya. Say nipa bi abopo bi retire you know, e wo friend den Chief Justice no ene the court no na ho niama saa niama yi wo hwa ewo he was asem
Me and Claire said the judiciary is not above criticisms. Just as how we criticize your friends executive, no, we criticize parliament. What is the parliamentarians criticize we criticize all those arms of government. The judiciary is not above criticism one bit. The fact that taxpayer, seeker, and editor, they are not above criticism. And I'm not on any day going to support say because the judiciary is a judiciary, man criticize or more. What I am against is attacking them physically or attacking them in terms of writings in their person. That one may know my dream. But sir, Chief Justice and panel judges or Montana case within 3 days. And I send my case and it's like 6 months. What do you mean? I shouldn't talk about it? Because the image of the judiciary will be affected? Is that what lawyer now or kind? Is that what he's trying to tell me? And I said, Oshe Afro Barometer reporter, the judiciary is neck to neck with the police. Tell me that Prof, tell me that I'm lying every year. When that report comes out, don't you see the judiciary neck with the police for one? And so, Kasan, we want the right things to be done. So that we have a proper judiciary. And so, Obia and Tata Judge Bia, some of them are our friends, some of them are our brothers, are more. But Sebibi and Koswa, we have to point it out. Near Waka, in terms of, say, the government of the day, that's the NDC government, a Tata judiciary, and that he doesn't know why the NDC is against the judiciary. Kasana and Crawford Ekasa were chrome no NDC for against the judiciary. Kasana and Crawford Eka about the fact that our judiciary is sinking, no. NDC for no Makasan. So for me, I think say what we can do as a people is to all agree say the judiciary needs some review or revamping. How do we do it? Make example, I agree say we should have a stakeholders engagement. All political parties must come to deal with our judiciary so that we can have a proper judiciary. That's what I think we should do.
Because you hear review no for say and no na petition has started now. Is it part of the review process?
Oh, there be way there. It is about Article 146. Emma citizens. Akwenya. So bet me near no. But I am talking about a broader stakeholder engagement. A broader stakeholder engagement at the judicial nakasa beba, Ghana Bar Association beba, civil society beba, and then senior lawyers who have practiced in this country, beba. And in that forum, no, we'll begin to look at areas as a people we think that the judiciary needs to reform. Media on no day maybe support the judiciary no, if cases are tabled or brought before the court merely because the court wants this particular case but does not want this particular case. On any day, no, I'll criticize the judiciary if an NDC member of parliament goes to a court, his case is not called immediately, an MPP member goes to court, the case is called immediately. And I will never stop talking about it. And if I talk about this way, why would anybody say, I am attacking the judiciary? The judiciary is not up there in the sky. On earth here. Let's say it for God's sake. Nobody is attacking them.
Then process baby what is the next stage? Then na if you are echo another level bang chechemu na yehu, and what is there to expect?
You know, in the law, no, there was no provision that Yemfa petition Emma Chief Justice, even before the prima facie case is established. In the near present, a year, no, me bona abaso. That is to show, say, near warrior, no, it's not witch hunting. Near warrior, no, were transparent in the process. Now, the petition Emma Chief Justice, no, meaning say, no, because your man 10 days. That we have to wait after 10 days, no. Now, the response will be drew your friends and Council of State. I drew Council of State together with petition, no. Council of State petition, no matter the response, no. Then they will come out with whether or not there's a case to answer. So there's a case to answer. For me, a 5-member committee, 2 Supreme Court judges, and a 5 Almonia lawyers, almost Almonia members of Parliament, almost Almonia members of Council of State. 5, no, and I said 2 now Supreme Court judges, no, Bakuba chairman of the committee. They will present it to the president, and the president must abide by near committee in the kind. So that's it. That will be the end.
Yeah. Okay. There's no law.
But in between, say, you form a committee now to hear the petitioner. The president has a right. He can exercise it or he will not exercise it. But he has a right to ask the Chief Justice to step aside so that the matters are gone into.
Or catch the Chief Justice no step aside. Hina na oba betrem egwemu na why is Chief Justice acting?
Obe appointed the most senior judge to act. And in that case, it is a Bath Bonnie.
Or establish a prima facie, no. Now, who colleagues, lawyers, and also say there is something like that. Just a prima facie, no, must be given.
Oh, for the prima facie, she's entitled to it. There must be establishment of that, and because she's first a Supreme Court judge and second Chief Justice. If there's a provision, actually say Supreme Court judges say, but they must first establish prima facie, or also she's entitled. So, I know the fact say any in the provision in respect of Chief Justice, and she say we have to deny her. She is entitled to it. And now. Yeah. And on our way, Council of State and the President, when they establish it, then now they will now form a committee and she will appear before the committee. But if they don't establish it, committee there's no way they will form a committee.
Aden na ayi wo friend then initially the president no amano sa kwang no na wamfa
any law no more. It was not in the law. So near present no crampo magnanimous. It is not in the law. It's not in the law that you should give before. It's not in the law. Say before the establishment of the committee, you should make the petition available to the Chief Justice. It's not there. You can establish the prima facie without giving a petition to the Chief Justice. Prima facie, and a lawyer no kind, the earlier lawyer. And no one said, so share case, omodia bano, petition omodia bano. Actually say, I know ye ewo. Actually say, President, actually say the person now yeah the petition against no actually say obey no that's prima facie into share say if I say obey no then you can now establish a committee, then he will now come and defend himself. But a coin and you say before over establishes prima facie no now the petitioner man there.
Nia ekwe ni nyina no wadwene ye wodeng say is it to improve democracy, strengthen democracy, and as Osha Ebeden?
If they are able to establish stated misbehavior or incompetence, it is to improve the judiciary. Third one, I mean, say if it is a third one, say I know say from day one it will fall because Obiani say mama no, she's not incapacitated. In the first two, no, if they are able to establish it, it will improve your judicial system.
Osha, doesn't it be the case? Say etrebia and also pursue threat. Sa ben bi obeba no so ubehu nipa bi nso ya was original was oritia another chief justice. Sa den nso wo hu ne den.
Say 1 year bibia, even if they bring a petition, it won't work. So, for instance, so Moka say Chief Justice Wakotong Bangolobia a judiciary for there. If that is what is in the petition, now I'm just giving an example. And we can show, say, and I said the Chief Justice can show, say, oh, the bungalow is still there. It is being occupied by the registrar. It is still being used by the judiciary. Why would anybody be afraid? Until you can bring thousands of petitions, but if the person has not committed those offenses, it won't work.
Are 3 appointed by the president now. We did this brasso say and also yes sa composition well. Say nipa 3 president appoint and a 5 no. We need say nkrofo kire say wo buemu anka ye ana say wo manipa foforo kura na appoint not the president. Sad no composition then as a lawyer maybe I would take any way experience. Sadden. Do we allow it to stay?
You see, there are some situations you can't do anything about them. Wednesday case, Bebano, it's against the chief. It's against the chief justice that wants suing. But do you know, sir, one no empanel. So are we going to say that one no empanel judges no? She won't do the right thing, or do we also say that she should also not be given the power to empanel? So no matter how you see it, there are instances you can't do without those things. There must still be an appointing authority, and that appointing authority would either be the president or somebody.
Yeah, your friend then who can say chief justice on na your friend osiu menya lawyer na kire Vincent ene ono hina na osiu.
Well, let me say that it is in her interest. So she has an interest in this matter. It is to protect her until one non so and panel. I'm not saying as in the plaintiff, but or interest in the matter.
Ya baba ho, da ase na meba ho.